We don't know how to be kind to us. I thought being kind to myself was fucking a lot of girls and buying a bunch of cars and planes and stuff and houses. I thought that was being nice to myself. Being nice to myself was just being grateful for what I had and not wanting anymore. What did I do? I lost all that shit and people stole and stuff. I didn't know what the fuck I wanted that stuff for. I was just taught that if you had that, your life would be changed. You would be happy if you had all that stuff. I didn't know happiness was in between my brain. I didn't know that.
And I've learned to love more than hate. And that's the overall thing of it all, just to try to learn to love more. Because it's easy to hate, but it's hard to love.
Yeah.
You want to know the truth? If you're going to have a long-term relationship with somebody, this is something people don't talk about ever, but I'll say it. You better stay attracted to them. You better have physical intimacy with them. And if you don't maintain that part of your relationship, like you keep dating, like, man, you start keeping it spicy all the time, physically, I'm talking about, what starts to happen over time is you start living with just your friend. And in most relationships, I have a lot of friends. I don't want to lay next to them every single night.
Yeah.
Right? I got a bunch of really good friends that are male and female, and I don't want to be married to them. And if you allow your spouse to turn into just your friend, that you lose that intimacy, that physical connection. So I think that's one part of your evaluation. How often do you touch each other? Do you hold each other's hands? At different stages of your relationship, physical intimacy can look different ways. I doubt at 80 years old, we're going to be doing what we do now, but I'm going to be dancing with her in the living room, I hope.
We're all a bit tapped in our own way. No one's perfect. No one's got this great life. That's a myth. No matter what Facebook or no matter what Instagram tells you, no one lives the perfect life. We all have our own moments. We're all up in our own individual way. So just the best way to do it is embrace how up you are. I know we shouldn't be swearing, you're going to bleep that, but that's the best way to go through life. We've all got problems, we've all got issues. Embrace how many issues you've got and embrace who you are.
Think of your potential or the things you want to do as ghosts at the end of your life, ideas. And when you're old and at your deathbed, these ghosts are going to be around you. These ideas that you had. They're going to say, hey man, what'd you do? You messed up. Now we got to die with you, man. We gave it to you. We came to you. We said, come on, write this. Do this with your life. Take that test. Another one could be, you should have done this. I wanted you to do that. But now we go in the ground with you. Is that what you want? Do you want a life of regrets? Because it'll happen.
Sometimes when people appear like they're loving people and they're loving everybody else, it's because they don't like themselves. I've learned this. The person that is friends with everybody is the enemy to himself. You know?
Proving your family wrong or right is a symptom of the same disease, which is you are still obsessed with what other people are thinking about you and not doing things that make you happy, that enrich you, that fulfill your soul. And so the irony about spending your life worrying about what everybody else thinks about you, here's the irony, is that those people will never be thought about after they're dead. So they spend their life obsessing with everyone thinks about them, only to die and have no one ever remember them. Because people that are so obsessed with what other people think about them never really ever fulfill their potential. So once you can drop that addiction, whether it's friends, strangers, or your parents, and you begin to do things that fulfill you, that make you happy, that change other people's lives by your contribution, now you can be remembered. Now your life echoes into eternity, even if it was a quiet life. Even if
I always tell people, do not go into a job thinking about money. Because if you go into a job thinking about money, you're not going to get the most out of it. If you go into a job loving it, being passionate about it, you're going to get everything you got coming out of it. But if you go into that job saying, I'm going to make a whole lot of money, this job's going to pay me this, you ain't going to get nothing out of it. You have to love it first.
Everyone has a dream, but not many people have a plan. A dream and a plan are different things. When you say to guys, do you want to be rich? Yeah, I want to be rich. How will you get rich? One day when the shit comes in. So you can have a dream with no plan. When's the last time something fantastic has ever happened on accident? When's the last time you've seen a big jacked dude and you say, hey man, how'd you get so jacked? And he goes, don't know, oops. Don't know, it just happened. No, he planned it. He went to the gym, he ate a certain way, he planned his meals, he had to make it happen. It's exactly the same with getting rich. You need a plan to get rich, right? Most people everyone out there has a dream, but very few people have a plan.
Some people's expectations, their belief systems are, life should be taking care of me. I got to show people that life is calling to you. You need to deliver something to life. Because as long as you're waiting for somebody to take care of you, then you're always the victim. You're always waiting. Whereas if you think that I'm here to deliver something to life, I have a responsibility to life to give something, not just get something. That's when people feel alive, because what you get never makes you happy, right? I always say to people, what's the greatest thing you've ever done, greatest achievement? And then how long were you happy after that? 5 years? A year? 6 months? A month? 3 weeks? 3 fucking hours? How long, right? And it's somewhere between 3 fucking hours and 3 months in most cases, right? Not much longer than that. I was saying, because we got to keep growing. It's not about getting the goal.
Yeah.
It's about who you become in pursuit of it. What you get doesn't make you happy. Who you become makes you really happy, or it makes you really sad. And the beauty of you, Mike, is who you become. I mean, that's what's fucking inspiring, I think.
Yeah.
When someone gets you angry, they're your master.
Yeah. And see, that's why I took
They
a time
control your
out.
intelligence,
I
your
took a
emotions,
time
they're
out
your
because
master,
I
you're their
don't want you
slave.
controlling my.
To a wise man, money is a fucking tool.
Yeah.
To a poor man, money is God.
Yeah.
I was at a restaurant last night. There was this family screaming. The dad was pissed. This was last night at the sushi place. The dad was pissed. The wife and him didn't even make eye contact most of the meal. And the kids were a zoo. I got kids. There's a certain way my kids misbehave, but then there's a point where we're in public. It's like we're cleaning this up as a family, right?
Yeah.
They were a zoo. And I'm sure they're wonderful people.
Yeah.
And then he asks the waiter, the server, to take a picture.
Uh-huh.
You'd have thought they were the Brady Bunch in this picture. It's like, ding, everyone's hugging, everyone's smiling. It was completely perfect in stage. He gives them the camera, back to freaking mayhem at the table, right? And so I've just really taught my kids, hey, listen, none of this stuff is real. None of it's real. Everybody's on their worst day. And if you really want to serve people, show them your bad days. Show them the things that aren't good. Show them.
People have to be tested. Without struggle, there's no progress. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. Stop feeling sorry for our feelings. He hurt his feelings. Fuck your feelings. Life is about surviving. We can live. Life is not short. Time is not short. It's how you use the time to make it long. Life is short when we do nothing. When we do nothing, life is short. When we sit on the ass doing that, life is short. When we're fucking illuminating our mind, life is fucking long, isn't it? You know, you ever been in one of those spots when you're working, your mind is functioning, you know, 6 hours went by, 10 hours went by? Yeah. Then time is long and it's productive too. Right. Doing nothing is non-productive and it's fucking short. But it seems long because we're doing nothing. But it's over and nothing's been done.
I think everything about discipline. Everything about discipline and every day. And every day, like, you know, train, sleep, eat, repeat. It's like, I think like you guys understand me, like you, especially you, Mike, you guys like one of the greatest athletes of all time.
You gotta breathe it, live it. You gotta be the champ before you become the champ. You have that lifestyle.
Yeah, it's have to become your lifestyle and everything here in mental, you know, everything about mental. You know, it's like people ask me like, when you become champion, what you feel like, and I said, no, in my mind, I was always champion.
I went over to Nelson Mandela's prison cell and I stood there and I was shocked. He didn't even have a bed and he was in there for 18 years. Then I went over to the limestone quarry and I saw where Nelson Mandela spent 10 years chipping away at stone to break his spirit because they threw the stones away. And then I saw the showers where this elderly statesman would shower while the young guards would laugh at him. He was asked on Robben Island to dig a grave and he got in the grave thinking he was going to die and the prison guards urinated on him. And my point is simply this: when Nelson Mandela was released from prison after 27 years of total incarceration, he invited the prison guard who kept him in prison for 18 years on Robben Island to his inauguration as president. And he was asked, why would you do that? And he said, because if I didn't, I'd still be in prison.